Throw gang, we are joined by the Sultan of Soul, the Baron of the Big One. He gets the poom poom popping even if he claim a flat bush. A spoonful of sugar helps you go down easy. Not from Boston, but every night at tea party. His ding-a-ling must be demented how the stream's going crazy. Started from the bottom, but now he's on top with the verse. Getting bread and cheese when he's on the mic with that Jersey club. Can't put him in a box, but he's serving cunts. Oh, you're not fucking with his work at HBA? How about you HJD's nuts? Oh, you're not fucking with his work at Telfar? How about you tell how far you're on D's nuts? Isaiah was a prophet, now Ian gonna profit. Finger on the beat, he knows what's happening. He's the initial one to ship like aye captain. He puts the UGG and sugar, boots the house down. His music makes the subs go woof. Former creative director of Hood by Air, music director of Telfar, and musical artist with new single Big One out now. Ian Isiah. Ian, how the hell are you?
Shit.
Did I get all the gay slang right?
Whew. I don't know what you got right.
Did it feel so wrong?
It felt so wrong, but it feels so right.
Hell yeah. There
What's
you
good?
go.
I'm here. How y'all doing?
Great, dude. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you for
do
keeping your grills in. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the grills in for this interview. So
This is gonna be a long fit check with all the jewelry.
Yeah, let before we get into this amazing conversation that stands before us, let's talk about everything that you wore today, Ian. You could start wherever the hell you please, because you got a lot of
what I
clothes
wore
on.
today?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. This is my first fit check.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like in general.
Ever?
Yeah, when I troll online and I see all the fit checks,
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah.
never done a fit check.
Damn.
You don't get stopped on the street, or do you turn them down? You're like, fuck off.
Somewhere in between.
Okay.
So where do you want to start? You want to start from the cap, for the chapeau?
Okay.
You want to start
Well,
with the
this
big old
beautiful
boots?
crown that I
Yes.
have on was made by Theophilia. Icon. In the making. Telfar is this whole suit that I have on.
Are you in Telfar
Icon.
every day?
I'm Telfar every day, every year. I'm also anything that I'm affiliated with every day, every year.
You're a walking billboard, right? In the best possible way, right? You make it look
Wow.
good.
I make everyone look good.
That's true.
What's the biggest thing you've put in one of these back pockets? Because they are huge.
You know what's crazy? I'm late because I stopped to get pizza.
That's okay.
But on the way out of the pizza shop, I put like 2 bottles of water. And I was actually amazed on my way back to my car. Like, wow.
You weren't dragging ass at all with 2 giant bottles of water in the back there?
Sometimes you gotta drag it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you
Shout
gotta
out to
drag it.
Rue.
What are the big old boots?
Oh, these are Balenci's.
Ooh, Balenci on the feetsies.
We love Balenciaga.
And are you wearing anything underneath the jacket, like a t-shirt or anything?
Oh yeah. Damn, I like this. Hold on. I'm putting my mic down for anyone that's not watching us and
He's
just
tripping.
listening to us.
This is why you
getting sexy. Oh, there he is.
Another Telfar t-shirt. I love Telfar.
And we love New York
with
as
the
well.
medallion on top.
Yeah, what
These
a
are my parents.
It's gorgeous.
beautiful family.
You know what I'm saying? I rock.
Your Rastafari
I rock.
father.
Yeah, my Rastafarian father.
Wagwan to pops.
Wagwan to pops.
What are these sunnies?
These are also Balenciaga.
Okay.
I don't go too far. I wear my friends and I wear Balenciaga.
Are you excited for who's the new creative director of Balenciaga?
Pierre or
Coming over from
Pier
Valentino.
Paolo Piccoli
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah, good luck with that.
that guy from Valentino. He got fired.
The Valentino guy.
He lost
I'm
his
excited
job.
for whatever happens for anyone's future.
That's beautiful.
Hopefully
is.
there's a t-shirt in there that I buy. But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay.
What about the timepiece on the wrist?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because now we're onto the hardware.
Mhm.
Wow. I
Bussin'.
love this. This is an Apple Watch.
Shout out Steve Jobs.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got the calculator on there? Oh no, that's your enter your passcode.
No, that's my passcode because, I'm also a granny.
What about, okay, jewelry? Where do you want to, there's so much, maybe you only highlight a few so you can get into the convo, but like you got the earrings, you got the rings, you got the grills, you got the chains.
Wow. I like
That's just what's
jewelry.
visible. I don't know about like nipples and like,
No, I don't do. I'm not a hater, but I'm not into all of that.
Your body's a temple in that
the
regard.
body is a temple
Respect.
in all regards.
you got a clit piercing in the big one video though.
And the body's a temple in all regards. And the clit piercing honestly was not my idea. Shout out to Nick, the director.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nick was like, yo, let's fucking pierce that hood real quick.
And he was
hood
right.
by clit.
He was actually right. Hood by clit is actually really good. I should obtain that.
You can
Gmail.
take that. You can take that.
Yeah, that URL.
If that Gmail is available, I need to grab that. You know
What about,
I'm
okay,
saying?
do you want to do earrings? Let's do earrings.
All right. These I got from the African market. Everything I have on is by a black person.
Oh,
Fire.
nice.
I got these from the African
Balenciaga.
market in Harlem.
Okay.
That time I went with my ex-boyfriend. Love him.
We're still good with him. He's still valid.
He's always valid.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Everyone's valid.
Rings, African market as well.
African market, yeah. I don't do too much jeweler, even though I think it's time to get into a jeweler.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're due for some refreshing.
Well, I don't mind a refreshment. I just don't want to end up looking like a moissanite person walking around like all these moissanite artists.
What about
you know who you are.
who did your grill skis?
My grills were also done by Black people. These were done by Underground Grills downtown Brooklyn. They're amazing.
They did my grill that I got myself for my birthday
I
a couple years ago.
love them.
They're fantastic. Great value play.
Great value play.
It's on Lawrence Street.
Crazy.
Can we get a full smile real quick? Because there's like details in the molars and the canines even.
Those are fucking
There's
sick.
there's a Telfar logo in there.
Oh, nice.
I actually don't know what
There's like a
else is
gem
in there.
in there,
Oh yeah,
too.
there's a Yankee
fire
sign. Don't ask me too much about Yankee sports. I
Go
only bet
baseball.
on the Knicks on FanDuel.
Knicks in 5, baby.
Go Knicks.
Go fucking Knicks.
Hell yeah.
Knicks in 5. What about the panties?
What about the panties?
What are they?
they?
Yeah. Tell us more.
Oh,
Are
like
they
my
there?
panties?
Yeah.
Oh, they're Skims. Damn, they're not black.
Oh well, Kim Kardashian had her.
Yeah, I'm wearing Skims.
She's had black in her.
Yeah. I'm wearing Skims.
We love Skims on this show. So I take back everything I just
Yeah,
said that might have been disparaging or mean.
All right. Whoa. What about your bag?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Also Balenciaga.
Ooh, that's a big old. Is that a hobo bag? How do we define that? That's like.
I think it's just like a tote bag.
Okay.
But it's also Balenciaga. I actually love Balenciaga. I don't have a problem saying
You
it.
accessorize with Balenci very heavily. It
Well,
seems.
Demna, I think, is a pretty good example of what more European designers should be.
White Europeans.
Correct.
Gotcha. Have you met him before?
Maybe in passing, during the HBA days.
It was all blur.
Not for me, but
okay.
it was it was a thin line between should we or should we not hang out.
With break out
With white people?
with the European fashion industry or like.
Well, for me, it was just like, should we or well, let me start here. I'm from the hood, and my fashion experience was, no, I'm going to force you to understand what this t-shirt means, in which we did. But in doing so, there's a whole European continent doing the same thing, but it just looks a little bit like us.
Ooh.
So
I
I
see.
could have been young and stubborn, but also like, no, babe, I know what you're doing, sweetie. And I've seen what she's done.
Oh.
And I buy it all the time because it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I do wear a lot of Balenciaga. It reminds me a lot of
Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yes.
Shane, Ian, the whole
Yes.
gang.
Demna is definitely standing on the shoulders of those giants. Shane.
Absolutely. Those giant
Raul.
shoulders.
Yes.
All right. Well, I
Those
think
giant shoulders.
fit
for
check.
sure.
Oh, you're sipping on some still water.
I
Fit check,
am.
drink check complete. Ian, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the only
Whoa.
podcast that matters. So
Wait, hold on. I don't eat meat.
you don't eat meat. Okay, let's get into the potatoes and the tempeh of the only podcast that
Come
matters.
on.
Maybe tofu,
bro.
you know?
You eat
Yeah.
fuck with fish?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into
I love
the
fish.
whole brand.
I'm gay though. I'm gay though.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I love fish.
You're gay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Wow.
All right.
I'm definitely gay.
We just went through
the.
the fit, right? And even though you're 100% serving coochie, I'm a little disappointed you didn't wear the pussy face today.
Well,
Do you ever wear that shit on like from the Big One music video? Do you ever wear that pussy prosthetic when you're just like running errands on a random day, or is it just like special occasions only?
hold on. I'm trying to.
It's okay. We'll buy you some time as you get zipped up and get situated. Don't worry.
Get the titties right.
Take
yeah.
your time.
All right, because he wanted to see the T-shirt. I just want to say that. What?
Do you wear the pussy prosthetic on like a random day, or is it like if you're just walking down the street?
Spiritually,
Right.
No. That was actually just for that event.
Fish face. Could call it that.
Are you gay?
No.
I don't think you're allowed to say fish face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because you're demeaning women.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
And who says I'm talking about women when I say fish face?
That's true. That's
but
true.
the clit face.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pussy clot
Yeah.
in real life was just a 1-day event. It
Okay.
might come back. It shocked a lot of people. Jesus.
How
Really?
long
Well-
does it take to put it on?
5 hours.
Woo!
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And when you were running around the streets of New York filming the music video with that on, like, did you get any crazy reactions?
To my face? Under the mask? Sure. But yes, also the people too. The reactions were crazy, but also it was very normal, which is why I shot it in Soho, because my people get it.
Mhm.
You know, a pussy face is mentally normal. It just might be externally a little bit of a, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, there's a vagina on your head.
So what? This is New York City. It's
That's
very
true.
normal. There were many vaginas on other people's head, which was really my
Facts.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that I'm not alone. And also that pussy clot is a real thing, just like everything else is a real thing.
Mm,
And free the pussy also.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Is that
Hashtag.
that's the beauty of New York, though. Like, that a lot of people, I'm sure, didn't even bat an eye. They're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's also like, fuck you. You watch White Lotus. Look at this pussy face. Are you shitting me?
So you're not trying to shock then, because you seemingly like this normalized reaction to the pussy clot.
Yeah. Also, I thrive in shock. Also, we're in a shock value era.
Sure.
It's like,
It's currency.
if it's not shocking,
Did it even happen?
it did not happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
When did the idea for that first come to you?
To put a vagina on my face?
Yeah.
When did the idea to put a vagina on my face first come to me? Well, I was around 3 years old. No. Actually, the song, first of all, is called Big One.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really me actually finally doing gay music. You know, I've done a lot of R&B, I've done funk, and you know, unfortunately all the writers were white, so I'm a gay alternative artist without even putting out actual gay music for my girls to go off to. So Big One is really, I guess, my first coming out song again, of just like, do your big one. Like, fuck all these people. We're already like too many minorities in one bucket on our head every day. Do your big one. Fuck everyone
So you like
that doesn't get it.
You
And
intentionally wanted to pivot the sound?
yeah, it's for like gays and women to do their big one. And the biggest thing to ever do their big one was a vagina, in my opinion, because women rule the world.
Mother.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like my take on what doing your big one looks like that doesn't look normal to everyone, while also praising the vagina, but also praising
Preach.
being gay, but also praising everything that's not either of those things.
Ian, can you do
So
me a
sorry.
You
Don't worry.
No, never apologize.
We had our time.
Ian, but if you could do me a favor, and obviously I don't need to know what this is, because
You need to know what everything
No,
is.
what I'm going to say is, can you explain to all of the straights listening what the doing your big one means? Can you elaborate?
Okay, because I think everything I just said made a lot of sense.
It does.
But doing your big one means doing your big one. Stop capping. It's not working. The people you're capping to are capping right back to you. This Uno reverse, it's not working in your favor. You look cheap, and the girl that you want, since we're talking to the straight,
Yes, we are
yeah.
in this scenario.
are embarrassed.
Yeah.
Do your big one.
Do your big
Like
one.
live your truth to some degree.
Live your truth. This doesn't mean, it's not a sexual thing so much to live your truth. It's just like, stop capping. Like, just stop. It doesn't fit you.
Right. And so doing
The t-shirt doesn't fit. The jeans doesn't fit. Maybe the player in the Discord may not fit. Like, I get confidence, but do your big one. Strategies, my man. Strategies. Ladies like strategies. Why? How do I know that? I'm gay. I hang out with girls. They like strategies. You think it's about being cute? It's fucked up. You got to learn how to be cute. And you're a grown man. It's like, where is the mindset? Damn, you spent all this time reinventing yourself and how you look to be cute. She's not your mother. The fuck? Are
ladies
you shitting me?
like strategies.
Wow. Ladies like
they love
mindsets.
strategies.
Is
Yeah.
shitting me.
Okay.
They like
And-
mindsets and strategies. You know what I'm
Mindset.
saying?
So-
me too.
And this was fully all the beautiful words and knowledge you just dropped is kind of embodied by your big one, the pussy prosthetic on your face. When you started like trying to explain that to people, did people get it? Or you're just like, you're not going to get it until I do it?
Immediately, they
Yeah?
got it. Yeah, it wasn't that much of a shock in my world. You know, it was more of like that's fab. That's really cool because, you know, it's a never been done before thing. And I did my research to make sure I wasn't copying or extending an inspiration too much because I'm a big believer in inspiration and being influenced. I'm gullible in that way. I can be influenced by any and everything, like highly influenced. But I really believe in the difference between influence, inspiration, and identity. You know, my identity is not, it's a combination of all of that to curate the identity that I want, not so much of, I like this Gene so much. So like my identity is Gene. You know, I'm now going by Gene. My pronouns are Gene.
Gene Denim.
Gene him.
Gene Denim.
Gene him. Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's like I learned to separate this now, but it's like it took a really long time to understand the difference between being so inspired, being so influenced, and also creating my own identity, because you don't want to steal from the next person, because then you're just another capitalist cappy.
And then you can't do your big one because you're living in cap. In a state of cap.
You think you're doing a big one, but it's a mid one.
Oof. Wow, mid one is damn.
Yeah.
Yo, fellas, do your mid one. If you're listening, do your mid one first.
Send me your record.
Hood by clit and mid one.
Send me your record after this.
Well, you just heard it up top.
Wow.
Wait, I do want to know though. So you have said that big one, in terms of the sound, in terms of the message, it's like your first coming out song, and maybe that's so people, you know, that the music isn't for can finally understand it, but you've called it proper gay music. Just what's like this? What's the status of just proper gay music today?
Yeah, let's correct that.
Let's do it.
Not so much that it's proper gay music. It's just proper gay music from my catalog of stuff, you know?
Got it.
Because I'm a church boy at the end of the day. I love music, period. I don't care what's happening. You give me the microphone, I'm a jam with whatever band.
Sure.
You leave it up to me. I want to do a fucking rock album. I want to do, you can't stop. Music is a wave, you know what I'm saying? But I needed to make more gay music in my catalog. And what does that entail? That's a boomts, boomts, boomts. And and just like living your truth. Fuck everything that's not your truth.
Yeah.
And your truth is properly gay in this respect.
Well, no, my truth is, wait, what'd you say?
Is your truth like? Are you saying that your truth is like this proper gay music? Your truth is making stuff that's properly gay.
No, my truth is I'm also gay, and it's really cool. And there are also a lot of people like me who know it's really cool and have a lot to say. And I stand behind Doechii, who says we just need more gay artists and more gay music.
What about those that don't think it's cool? Like is homophobia still rife in music and in hip hop?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the white man is still running the show, unfortunately, and we're playing the game, but not the same game. You know, we're learning to not even deal with the white man. While I'm learning how to not even deal with the white man.
Hell yeah.
But I think this new generation is so gifted that the terrible in-betweens that are destroying the industry are starting to like weave out, and hopefully, you know, things will get better. I think they will, because you can't stop gifts and you can't stop talent, especially in this new world of like, do I really need you?
So you're bullish on the future. It's an onwards and upwards thing.
Yeah.
In music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Respect.
Forever.
Do you get when you're, because you have like been genre, not
fluid?
agnostic, but genre fluid with like funk, with R&B, with now kind of like gospel with, you know.
I mean, yeah. Music for me is forever. I really don't go by the wave of trying to be a superstar in this, like, there's this journey, follow me fans on this like musical journey thing, because I'm always gonna do music. And I've been blessed to also have a day job in fashion, where I've learned that my visual presence and what I do visually is also just as important for people that don't understand music, who want to understand music. and who are also this new generation and hybrid of people who understand that they need that parallel to be anything.
Right.
And I've learned that in fashion. I've learned that in the beginning with Hood by Air, Shane, iconic genius. He's the professor of anything that I know that is like outside of what I know. And when it comes to like style.
He once called me
and
Trey.
when
It
it
was the
comes to
proudest
like
moment of my
the
life.
system of like fashion and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And all my best friends, like Akeem Smith, who's the greatest artist in the world. Telfar, who's one of the greatest designers in the world. Raul, who's one of the greatest designers in the world. Virgil, who passed, who was one of the greatest designers in the world. The whole beauty industry, which is iconic. And people act like they're not just as top tier, even though your girlfriend and myself included will run up a bag more than you'll run up your t-shirt on Essence sale and private sale.
Well, because it's on sale, so.
And the private sale. I think this new hybrid generation knows, and I'm calling them a hybrid because they understand immediately that like music and visual is one. And if it's not, choose your destiny between the two if you love this world, because these worlds live together. So, in Hood by Air, we never did anything that was normal.
Nope.
So,
to say the least.
So, it looked like, we did amazing. Everything was insane and every piece made sense. Even a t-shirt, every piece of clothing made sense. It took us 3 weeks to make anything because it's the whole process. Everything just made sense, at least from our world. But when that was done, it was time to create the show, which was a whole nother world that,
performance art. I mean, honestly, we've been to HBA shows back in the day. It's crazy.
So then, and
when Rocky walked, we were there.
Wow, that was a really cool day.
That's iconic.
I thought about that day the other day. I wish I was one of those like, hey, TBT.
You wish you were a TBT
I wish I was
ass
a
motherfucker?
TBT person.
TBT, bro.
Damn,
You're a dying breed, bro.
I got pushed by Kanye's bodyguard
cool.
at that show. Yeah.
Wow, that show. Oh yeah, Kanye was at that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wasn't at that show? If
I
we
was
were there.
sitting next to J.R.
Everyone
Smith, and he
was.
was
That was a
so
good time,
high that
man.
I got secondhand high from sitting next to J.R. Smith, basketball
Wow.
player. The Nick.
That's
Pipe
fine.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get the pipe.
That was a big moment. We're gonna get into the Hood Bear stuff and everything.
I have a quick question to the point you made, Ian, about like that hybrid generation. Almost like, I think you alluded to choosing sometimes between music or fashion. Do you ever feel like you're being pulled in like too many directions and it's hard to focus?
Yes.
Okay.
At this grown age, I just realized that I was a multi-disciplinary artist, and saying it out loud, because it's hard to focus on one realm when these are actual big realms and put your full focus on it, which is why I bring them all together at the same time and make sure it's all one world, and work with people who understand that it's all one world, or people who want to bring other worlds into that world to make it a bigger world, if that makes any sense. But for me, yes. Are you shitting me? It's fucking exhausting and exasperating.
Do they help each other? Like, does your work in fashion affect or help you grow in music and vice versa?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Even now, like in between my breaks of not putting anything on DSP platforms is a jingle on Instagram with numbers I've never had on my own.
Right.
Numbers that also come with a customer. So that's numbers and a merch. I'm not playing any big festivals, but
Right.
when I go online and I see the work that I do with my friends run up the same numbers that labels want to see, I know there's something here.
Right.
And it's an accumulation of adding a whole world in one, I'm old. These kids are on TikTok, which is fire. The attention span of people the attention span is insane, but the musical attention span is even more insane. So I'm a part of the whole, like, well, maybe you should just enjoy this 1:49 song.
Right.
This is my first time putting out a song in 7 years, and it's 1:49.
Sign of the times, my friend.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you get nervous at all when you kind of jump to a new sound or new genre?
Actually, in the beginning of creating my new project, I was a little nervous, and that just happened for a few hours before I had therapy, who reminded me it doesn't matter. My nervous system should be not affected by too much of what other people think, especially when I still got to get it out anyway.
True.
So no, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be, but in the beginning I was, because the new record that I'm putting out is nothing like what you may have heard from me before. You know, I may not hear the, sensual songstress from the church this time around on my
But we know she's
new
in there.
EP.
Yeah.
But no, she's
in the
definitely
pews
there.
getting it on.
No, she's definitely in there in the pews. But this time I'm ouncing. This new EP that I'm working on, which is called Cinderfella, is
Okay. Bars. Cinderfella.
yeah,
Great
it's-
pun. Great pun, dude. Straight up.
Cinderfella. Yeah, well. It's
lot of,
really just a parody of all white pop music that I
Oh,
really
fire.
love, but
That's
in a
great.
more fun parody way.
A lot of good options with
homage.
the cover art, but it's instead of like a slipper, it's the Balenciaga boot or something.
Not a bad idea.
We'll keep workshopping.
If you're an
don't
art
worry.
director, if you want to bounce my
Not
views off
a bad idea. I'm thinking more Chinese slipper.
it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe because of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, true. Influenced by your environment.
You know what I'm saying?
Sitting next to a half Asian boy?
No.
I'm kidding. Does the new sound, so like you talked about the project Cinderfella.
Yeah.
Will you be working with, past collaborators that have been involved with your music before, like, Dev Hines, Chromeo, or does new sound mean like new partners? Or maybe a little from column A, a little from column B?
New sound means, yeah, sure. It means new partners. It also means old partners. It means anyone who wants to collab. I'm one of those people that are very Quincy about things. If you are the person I'm texting you, if it's difficult, send me an audio. You're the only one that can do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, new collaborators on this. I'm working with a producer, Nick, who is an icon, Night Feelings. I don't know if you know Night Feelings, but he's a great producer. He gets me.
Did he do Big One?
He did Big One.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yes,
he's
great
iconic.
producer.
And Pablo
Iconic.
also worked on Big One, who
Hell
doesn't have
yeah.
an Instagram yet. So you're just gonna have to figure out who Pablo is. But I love Pablo too. But it was us three in a room for a week, and I was just explaining to them like, I'm tired of the white pop
Yeah.
shit. I'm
I
tired
know
of
it
gay.
smelled crazy
I'm
in there.
so tired of white pop gay shit. So
Really?
boring.
What
So
do you,
it really is kind of a parody or send up of like just
homage?
the pop gay shit of just white.
It's a
mainstream
parody
male
of
culture.
a bunch of white gay pop shit, but just done by black, loud, proud gayness. Like
Done
there's
right.
a Hoobastank song.
Ooh.
That's not an actual Hoobastank song.
Wow.
That was written by Cody, my good friend Shun, who's a great artist. But it's things that I have no business doing. But it also sounds amazing doing it because it's funny and it sounds great.
Damn.
And it's also there's so many different takes on this. It's subconsciously also to tribute to Little Richard, who, the originator of anything.
Yep.
Who had to literally explain in his later years and throughout his history of like, I did it first. And it's not about doing it first, but it's about how to do it right.
Who did it best?
Yeah.
And who did it best. So there's subconsciously some things there with this record. It's also me expanding what I already normally do currently, like at work. At my day job. I like to call fashion my day job. I sing at night. But yeah, it's just incorporating everything so that I'm available to meet everyone and work more with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because
Takes a village.
Sure.
it takes a village, but it's not really for me. It's also like, well, I want to do this sound. Who's a cool producer that does this sound? Wow, now I just met this person that does this sound. Let's crack them open and see what they got and expand on them. And maybe they expand on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's
It's a
just
two-way street that
it's a
you want
two-way
every
street.
working relationship to be.
It's
Yeah.
me expanding on music that I've never done before. I love house music. There's some house records on there. It's basically me as Luther Vandross, but T-Pain, making a lot of noise and screaming with some oons for a long time until you get sad on a Hoobastank kind of cover. And then remind you that I love the Lord and start singing another gospel house thing since everyone's like, why the fuck you don't do gospel house?
Gospel house.
Yeah.
That's a good.
And then I'm like, what the fuck is gospel
church
house?
and the club anyway, right? You know?
Same thing.
Both got wine.
Well,
you know?
and bread.
Amongst other things. And predators.
What do you
what do you
if you're in the white church more than anything.
Well, I actually never been to a white church.
Thank God. It's very boring. Dude.
Can we come? Can we come to church with you next Sunday?
I would love that.
What do your church fits look like?
Oh,
They're all the same.
really?
Yeah. What do you mean?
What do you like? What are you
wear
wearing?
in church? Yeah.
Whatever I decide that day.
You don't like put on like a more conservative or more like dressy stuff?
Suit?
No. If I do that, then it's on Monday. Are you also going to know that I love the Lord on Monday if I'm in a different look? Fuck that shit.
So like this-
I'm a
like-
real motherfucker.
You would pull up to church in like
This
denim
fit?
Telfar?
Hell yeah.
This is pretty
okay.
conservative, though.
If you leave it to me, I'll dress the whole church in denim Telfar.
Yo.
Denim Telfar. If anybody from my church is watching this, please don't ask me for any Telfar.
That wasn't a serious offer, guys.
Do church ladies low key get the hardest fits off of like anyone in New York?
Are you shitting me?
You must, right?
Most,
Yeah.
maybe 80, whatever I said to you, all a lie. 80% of my inspiration comes from a church woman.
Right.
Really?
You know, I grew up learning music in church as a church, like just as a music school, and then also going to music school, and then also leaving music school to go to my after school program, which was a hair salon my family had.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
So, and the school that I went to was also in a church. So I went from big-breasted woman to big-breasted woman for at least 16 hours of my
Sounds
day.
fire.
Raised on the teat.
I've been
Literally and
raised
figuratively.
by big-breasted black women that I hold tight to my heart, and
We're
they
jealous.
taught me everything I know.
Damn.
The strongest women in the fucking world.
And did it actually like
Just black women in general, but just the
Breast size shouldn't-
strongest.
you know.
Breast size does not matter. I'm
breast
just talking about
side.
my experience.
Right.
But for real, like, do church ladies and church fashion like influence your day job
Yeah.
in fashion?
Yes, they influence my life in general. So whatever I say in fashion, I'm, conjuring it from some black church woman.
Right.
With big tits.
Maybe.
Who influenced you, whether she knew it or whether you know it or not, right?
Yeah, because the black church woman is not so much just the fit. That's what you see. That
Right.
black church woman could have on nothing, and the mouth will destroy you.
Mm.
The attitude will
I like
put
that.
you in your place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The
Different
hair,
kind of mouth,
like there's no, like, there's a
Right.
black, this is the strongest superhero in the world.
God's
in the
strongest creature.
world. It's crazy.
Warriors.
Honestly.
As a gay man, did you ever face any like hatred or persecution from like the religious side of things?
Yes.
How do you combat
But
that?
fuck those motherfuckers is what I usually say.
Okay.
And then I give them time to calm down.
Mm.
And then we become the best of friends because, in the end, it makes them look even worse
True.
that I'm thriving,
Right.
and the community that is just like me is also thriving inside the church and outside the church.
But your philosophy is kill them with kindness and befriend them
Always.
and show them that you are
Yeah,
also
yeah.
a person.
After you
Yeah,
say fuck you,
yeah.
motherfucker, I believe, then it's
Yeah.
killed.
Well, yeah,
Then you embrace them
Yeah.
in the bosom of acceptance that you
Listen.
can show them how to.
In which they do
Lot of
me
their own
now. I
life.
go to church every Sunday. I actually sing in my church every Sunday.
Mm.
I'll give you the link.
Please.
Yeah.
Live stream? Or no, we're gonna go with you
Yeah,
We start at 9:30 in the morning.
that's
on
fine.
a Sunday.
Easy.
Wow.
Come
You
on,
guys
dude.
are cool.
I'll city bike
All right,
there.
I'll see you at church.
We're professional, dude.
That's what's up. That's
Are
what's
you gonna
up.
play your new album for any of the church ladies? Get their feedback?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. I go to a hip church.
Okay.
Yeah. All that like hater, fuck, like all that like homophobia
Mhm.
shit doesn't really happen in my church. you
Okay.
know?
No fire and brimstone.
Yeah. Well, maybe at the barbecue.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause, we like to cook.
Oh.
But I don't do any. There's no homophobia around me. Period.
All right,
Even
good.
in my like prayer place.
What do you hope people are doing when they're listening to the new project?
I hope they're laughing, but I also hope they're dancing.
Okay.
And it's also I say that I need to make gay music, but I also just want to make dance music. Also, all my music in the past have been great. I love all my music, but a lot of it has been like do re mi fa sol la ti do, motherfucker. It's like Meanwhile, I am in
Flexing
the club
pipes.
as well. I want to dance. And it's also an ode to like my early days in the club, like with Venus at Ghetto Gothic, and just being downtown at every venue that let us in. Downtown screaming on the microphone because I don't know how to DJ. That's all I can do.
For any listeners that weren't around for that, like those iconic parties, like how could you even describe that energy to somebody listening right now?
The original energy of anything. You know, I support the trans community, not so much the transplant community.
Oh, damn. All right.
It was the origin of a lot.
Not the transplants.
Yeah, protect the dolls. At least build a history and learn what the fuck everything is. You know, I hate to sound old, but I was there, and it was iconic. It was the beginning of everything that's the bomb now. Right. It was the beginning of a format of what anything could be. Pre-pronouns. True. Which I'm all about.
For sure.
But it was they didn't exist back then.
Pre-insecurity also. You know, pre-collective insecurity, I'll say that. Pre-corporate insecurity also. But just like everyone truly being the most corniest thing I'm about to say, themselves. And it was just iconic.
Have you ever felt, because we were like, obviously it's like cis-hetero straight fashion bros. We were like on the outside of the club looking to get in. Although I think I went to one Ghetto Gothic at that strip club that no longer exists on the West Side Highway. That's Westway. Yeah.
Wow, Westway was fire.
Yeah.
No, Venus is iconic still.
Yeah, for sure.
But she was also not just iconic at DJ and not just curating the party and being the queen of that party, but also she was just really bomb at finding these venues.
Yeah.
That we were go to and just fuck it up.
I mean, that energy of like, I want to say like 2016 when it was like Hood by Air, Rocky, Ghetto Gothic, all you guys. Have you ever felt like a glimmer of that same New York energy since then, since like 10 years ago? Or is that just such a moment in time that is never going to be even like touched?
Was that 10 years ago?
I think so.
Probably. When did Peso drop with Venus in the video and all that?
Soap? Oh, Peso.
Yeah, that's
like,
when did the soap drop?
When did the soap drop? Oh my God, that may have been 10 years ago. Yeah. Do I find it the same now or even similar?
I don't know. Like,
can it be replicatable?
It felt so
replicated,
nostalgic.
I should say.
Unique.
I think so too. I think it was unique, but I think it was just the beginning, like I said again, or an origin of what things could be for something even bigger, or what things could be prepared for when they got to this point now to make it even bigger, because the same people I'm talking about are even more major today.
Yeah.
And they were around as well. So imagine their mindsets. I respect anyone I grew up with because I trust and know they know what the fuck they're doing. And they know where they want to go. And that idea, I can also get behind them because of where they came from. And we both have that same example of what we want.
Not to date this whole group, but we're actually talking about 2011, really.
Wow. Was Peso?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Date me.
Sorry. I mean, all of us really, but yeah.
Date me.
What do you think of this like kind of Hood by Air renaissance that guys like Cardi and everyone that's, bows down to Playboy Cardi, they're pushing him 2025?
I think it's very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, it's called respect, I think, right? I can't tell.
I think it's absolutely
respect.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay.
It's being flexed as like the pinnacle of
I never
style.
met Cardi, Every time I had the opportunity, I was already home or had a curfew because, I'm like 6 years sober. I don't really play those games at night. But
you're working at night.
Well, maybe. I love Cardi. I love that. Yeah, reincarnate. Also, Shane is still going.
Yeah.
The creator of Hood by Air has expanded beyond reach. So you will always see increments of Hood by Air. You'll always see history. But it's really cool that Cardi was wearing.
Has a song named after it. I mean, multiple songs. Yeah. Is there any part of you though
That's
that like
cool.
when you guys were doing HBA in the moment, and obviously we talked about these huge spectacles, was there any part of you or any part of you now that's like, I wish like this attention with potential consumers was there at the time? Or is that too capitalistic and glass half empty for me to even mention?
No, because it was gonna happen anyway. That was their way in. Was trying to capitalize over us, and also we were vulnerable. Like, what can we do? If you got money, let's fuck with you because we have a major idea, and that's always been my game plan with anything. Which is why I put out art. Whenever I put out art, is when I get with someone who wants to get behind my idea, and get together and make beautiful art. And I think, yes, but at the same time, we had a goal of making sure that culture. This whole thing is a culture thing. It's not just a brand,
Right.
you know.
Was there a moment that you like could pinpoint in your mind where like, oh, this is more than just a brand? It's going to transcend just being a brand. It is like a cultural moment or a culture in and of itself.
Yeah, from the beginning, the
Yeah.
first T-shirt was over $500. From the beginning, we were like, okay, well, this is not that. This is the culture.
I'm so upset I lost my one Hood Banner t-shirt that Matthew Henson gave me.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Shout out to Matthew. We love you, Matthew.
Shout out Matthew.
So
Legend.
handsome now.
So handsome.
Not
Always
now.
handsome.
Always
Yeah,
Always,
Matt
always.
is-
He's just
Matt
buff.
has
He's just
always
buff as
been
fuck
there.
now.
We love Matt.
Shane once called me trade at the complex offices. I
Okay.
didn't know what that meant. So afterwards, I
I
was like,
unfortunately will not be explaining that to you.
no. I
he
know
knows
now.
now.
I know now. But I was like, Matthew, what does that mean?
It was
Yeah,
lost
yeah,
on
yeah.
him as a young,
He's like,
a young
"Shh, don't worry,
pup.
don't worry. Here, just
I
take his
love
t-shirt.
that. No, we love Matthew. Matthew's iconic.
Yeah,
He has did his thing and continues
Still
to do
is.
his
Yeah.
thing. You shitting me?
Living legend.
Living legend.
absolutely.
Please come on the pod, Matthew. We beg you. For the 100th time.
Wow. Yeah, you need to get Matt on here.
Let's talk about though, the work you put in at Ghetto Gothic and how maybe you're not so much. You still have to dance. You still have to wiggle your hips and everything. What are Ian Isiah's tips and tricks for just like the best night possible at the function? Whether that's
Now
a
or
cookout,
then?
right now.
Oh, right now.
Shit, you really want to know that? I'm the granny of the group.
You're the granny.
I
That's
don't-
what-
I
that's
don't
what Raul
drink.
told us.
So you
Raul
have
told us.
perspective.
Raul told us that he's the granny.
No. Raul is the granny. Let's clarify that. He is definitely the granny, but there's a group of grannies.
Okay.
He's not the only granny. I'm
Okay.
also the granny of the
The
group.
Golden Girls.
Yeah, the golden, basically. But as a golden girl, I get really wild up. But you just have to know that riled up is over soon.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You burn hot and fast, like
Definitely.
a star,
Supernova.
like the star that you are.
Social battery, 62% at all times. I don't care who the fuck you are or where the fuck I am.
His charger's broken, folks.
What about back in the day? What was
Whew, back in the day,
how could we keep it going?
it kept going. Back in the day, there was no stop. Back in the day,
It was West Way or the highway.
yeah.
I mean, it was right there. So it was easy.
Like back in the day, I was bringing the battery to the cordless microphone in the club just to make sure Fat Man Scoop had a presence
R.I.P.
in
Yeah.
this club. R.I.P. for sure.
Absolutely.
I always thought of myself as a gay Fat Man Scoop.
That's fine.
Gay man-
Only at
man
night,
Scoop.
like only in the club.
Yeah, gay man scoop.
Yeah, damn, let me know when this album come out. We need to do a feature for real.
Let's do
You're
it.
really good. Or maybe you could write my Wikipedia.
That sounds like a promotion.
I love
I don't
the
have to be
way
on the
you
album.
play. Yeah, you play good.
The gay man scoop era.
Wow. Yeah, not bad.
So you're like, so you would be on like emceeing on the mic, just going.
Yeah, just MC because I don't know how to DJ at all.
You never learned?
Not at all. And I was telling Reed that my joke all the time throughout all of these major DJs' life was, you better not ever let me learn how to DJ. Because if I do, it's over for you. I never learned. Now I do want to learn because I'm ready to don't dismiss me.
Yeah, twist some knobs.
Which I know I would be so annoying, but I'm in the era of actually being annoying. So I would have so much fun.
Do your big one.
Yeah, I'll do my big one.
Be annoying.
Also, if you want me to go out, you're going to have to give me something to do.
Oh, you need an activity.
Yeah.
Not just dancing. That's not enough. Or
No, it's not enough.
What about like making sure everyone's having a good time? Well, I guess that's what the DJ
No,
does, right?
No, I'm asking for a musical job, not a people-pleasing
Oh, like a bag.
project.
you want to be talent. You want to be
I don't-
introduced and hit the stage.
Well, no, I don't need to be introduced. I just want to jam.
And a
you
bag
know?
of money.
Yes.
Sure. But I also
Preferably.
just want to jam. You
Right.
know?
How can two cis-hetero fashion bros, how can we get more invites to the downtown queer granny functions?
You know what?
Realize
That's the problem right there.
Yeah.
Trying to get in.
We just having to ask is a problem.
Definitely.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's at least 700 years of history of that.
Oh, true, yeah.
that you guys
dude.
just still don't get.
When you put it that way, I
No.
feel so
You know what
bad.
I'm saying?
At least 7,000.
I'm sorry.
This is the forcing. This is the force. You're forcing
the dark side of the
It's
force.
the dark side of the force.
Fuck, dude.
I mean, date someone there and have them bring you. What do you want? An
Your
invite
trade.
or a date?
What's that?
You want an invite or a date?
Whatever gets us in the door,
You know,
buddy.
whatever we need.
Interesting.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
That's how
We just want to.
desperate we
We want
are.
to be down. We
Love
want to
that.
hang.
How desperate we are to gentrify and capitalize off this.
I love that. Well, yeah.
At least we're honest. We're not
I
capping
love
here.
that.
If we do get
I don't
the invite,
think so.
if we do get the
Hold you.
invite or the date, whether it's the cookout or the club or album release party, whatever. Maybe I'm featuring the album. I don't know. How do
Oh no,
we?
y'all coming to my shit. I'm gonna invite y'all to my
Hell
shit.
Yes, and then
Fuck
okay,
yeah.
once we're there, how do we mind our P's and Q's? Again, we are
Well-
occupying queer space. We are not necessarily meant to be there. We're wearing fucking like hats and shit, like dad hats.
Okay. Well, I'm
Lawrence
not
in
gonna
a suit.
First of all, I can't give you these instructions. I will act like I don't know you. If you start walking up in there
I don't
and you
blame
don't know
you.
what's going on, I promise you, I will act like I don't know you.
Who invited these clowns?
Yeah.
You know what
Not
I'm
me.
saying? But just be yourself. And if yourself got you in there, yourself will keep you in there.
That's actually great advice.
You know
honestly.
what I'm saying?
That is
just be
that is good
yourself,
advice.
really.
Yeah.
Like,
Put that on your tombstone, dude. That's great.
if I get one.
Well, no.
I've been thinking about other options.
Cremation?
Have you
Or-
thought about like what your funeral would look like what the vibe is?
Well, it'd be a fucking.
Well, it's a
Zuby.
concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all I know is funerals as concerts.
Okay.
Again, I come from the church. We don't even call them funerals. I go to a Pentecostal church at that. So it's emotional, dramatic, and loud.
Mm.
Everything's a homecoming, and we go crazy. Concerts galore. Every choir singing, every group is singing. God forbid this person was a musician of the church. This is a 4-hour event.
Going out with a bang. Literally.
And since COVID, they're now streaming
Ugh.
these homegoing services that are
Pay-per-view,
5
one
hours.
final
you know what I'm
bag.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
What would your fit be?
when I get there, when it's time to go to glory, we going up
What would your fit be?
for sure. What will my fit be?
Yeah.
Open casket. What's the fit?
Wow. I'm not sure. That's too.
Naked?
No. It'll be somebody, but it could be somebody old. I'm still young, so what if I meet somebody new that
That's
got a
true.
new look?
Sure.
You know, I'll leave it open for
'Cause
now.
we won't have to worry about this for many, many years.
Yeah. No, well,
Praise
I
be.
like
Like
to
hair
be
done, nails
prepared
done.
for. No, glam takes years. You shouldn't be. Ideas take years. But yeah, it's something to think about.
All right.
Thanks for reminding me also.
Of your death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of your mortality.
Death and
welcome.
taxes. You know what I mean? Facts.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
last
yeah.
party though. And like as a man that, has been experienced in that realm, we want to know who's more fun to party with, fashion people or music people? As a man
Wow.
spans both worlds, even though they are one and the
Uh,
same.
In my world, I think both are the same. Like they intertwine so much to me that like besides LA, I will never ask you, what do you do?
Mm.
Like, it's like people exhume that around me that where it's just like, we just immediately go into like our likes or like our mutual,
Yeah.
wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
And this could be me standing on a corner looking up and someone else standing on a corner looking up being like, this is cool. It's not necessarily your fit. Shout out to Throwing Fits.
The show
But-
that you're on currently.
But it's also art too, which is major.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone experiencing this person's idea tangibly,
Right.
is fire to me.
Talk to us about LA real quick.
Yeah, when you're
though.
in LA, you have to
It's
you have
whack.
to do the small talk because why is that?
I don't do the small talk, but unfortunately, that's the language of a lot of the small talk is in LA. So I was just using LA as an
Oh.
example of anytime I go to LA, by 3 seconds, I'm being asked,
What do you say? What's
what
the
do I
response?
do?
Yeah,
I answer them, but I also say,
do you lead with
what
musician?
now?
or-
Yeah, now
I'm
what?
also a clown. So it's like, I can go anywhere from that. I also like reverse psychology and be like, well, what don't you do also? I'm weird like that. So like, but in LA is when I get asked those weird questions. Like, excuse me, I'm
Small talk, small
standing,
minds.
You know,
And they're doing a small one, not a big one.
kind
A
of
mid one for sure.
But it was also during an era where like I was afraid to say I am a multidisciplinary artist and not be nervous about how that was accepted, because I didn't say I was bougie. I didn't say I know it all. I'm trying to not say that I work in many worlds, because then you're either going to ask me for my 1099s or you're going to ask me if I'm lying. So it's like, the closest thing I can say is multidisciplinary artist.
But that's not your fault. The multi-hyphenate thing has become like the fucking people's Instagram bio now, like where it's like
It's crazy.
It's just
But
straight
also,
cap, like you said. Yeah.
Sure.
Could you live anywhere besides New York? You're such a
Yeah.
Brooklyn boy. Yeah, where do you want?
I mean,
where
I'm
could you live?
such a Brooklyn person, but I've lived. I've lived in Paris, Milan with Shane for a while with Hood by Air. I lived in LA also, which I love. I love LA, by the way. I just want to mention that I really, really love LA. LA would be my second home.
okay.
Honestly, if it wasn't New York, but I'm anchored.
Yeah. What are you
here.
anchored by? Family, church?
I'm anchored by family, church, and New York City. Like I'm from here.
Your community.
So this is really my community. When people ask me where you're from, I say New York because I say Brooklyn. And then when they want to get even deeper, I can't really answer that too much because there's family everywhere in Brooklyn. Like everyone's in the way of me getting to my family or everything that I knew because they're all over Brooklyn.
Right.
But you're from Flatbush.
I was born in Flatbush. Yeah, sure. And there's my grandmother's house in Flatbush, but my aunts and uncles are all the way in Crown Heights. There's another family in Brownsville, Sheep's Head Bay. It's like all of Brooklyn.
Right.
So it's one of those things where if I got in trouble, I'm in trouble. There's nowhere I can run. It's definitely Game of Thrones.
Right.
There is nowhere to run.
But the borough is your whole heart.
Yeah, basically.
Respect.
Like I'm one of those people that if I go,
we live in Brooklyn.
Oh, fire!
We
but
gentrified.
I'm so Brooklyn.
Well, I'm from New York, so I didn't gentrify.
But I'm so Brooklyn that if I go to Atlantic City and I hear any sort of twang in your voice, immediately I think I'm in the South. That's how Brooklyn.
Atlantic City.
What are you doing at Atlantic Terminal? Are you going to the Dave and Buster's, Buffalo Wild Wings?
No. I don't do any of those things. No. I'm more of like an actual Brooklyn person. I go everywhere that has not been gentrified
yet.
Asterisks. Yeah.
Crown Heights next up.
Yeah, well.
Hopefully not your family.
Hopefully not. Well, everywhere's gentrified. I can't deny the transplants again are really inspired but confusing inspiration with identity.
Ooh, right. Yes.
What do you think of people that are like, oh, I've lived in New York for 10 years. I'm a New Yorker.
What do I think of them?
Yeah. Is that valid or no?
I mean, what do you mean by you're a New Yorker?
That's what they say. I don't know.
It's like that's like a common thing.
People post like, yo, I moved to New York 10 years ago. I'm officially a New Yorker now.
Yeah,
they survived.
Yeah, great.
You're a survivor.
You are a transplant that has survived.
Yeah.
And now, I guess, respectively, because you're saying you're I've been here for 10 years and I've survived. So I guess it's a respect.
Yeah.
Double transplant.
Yeah.
Come to New York, everyone. There's so much space in New York is what I'm saying. My thing is, let's call it what it is.
Yo, I think transplants, when they move to New York, they should go through a 1-year trial period where after 1 year, everyone that they've like kind of engaged with or interacted with is like, pass fail.
Hunger Games.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Are they contributing in a meaningful way? Are we going to give them the license to live here? Not immigrants, just like, white college graduates.
Also, doing narcissist events is not contributing.
Ooh, what's a narcissist event?
Anything that involves your name and you made a candle for the community. Or any sort of cultivating thing that you've branded and you want to sell it in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Not
fuck off.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Farmers fucking market in Fort Greene.
Oh, is you shitting?
All right, I'm sorry.
It's cool, dude.
Sorry.
Let's get positive for
thrift shops. This is throwing fits, right?
Thrift shop,
I don't get a lot. I don't get invited to a lot of things like this because my mouth gets a little.
That's why you're invited. That's why we want you here.
I don't have any like.
That's the church lady in you. Your mouth can.
You know what I'm saying?
And
repercussions are my thing.
It's your kink.
Yeah,
it is my kink.
There's a whole section of percussions and now repercussions.
Honestly.
Okay, let's get positive real quick.
Yeah,
Who's
please.
your favorite person in fashion to party with?
Wow. All my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's got to be a hierarchy amongst your people. Who's the best?
Telfar.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Telfar
Living
is
goat.
really fun. Like Telfar's also hilarious. Like he's a real person. Like we have fun all the time. We have fun so much where You think Telfar is a fashion brand? I don't. Telfar is a network.
He's fashion. Oh, he's a network.
This is a network. It's more of a TV network, if you will, more than it is a fashion thing, because the worldwide ism of anything Telfar is just based off everything. So Telfar is also a DJ who's an iconic DJ and plays only R&B at night when he goes and plays, and like SoundCloud cuts of R&B. And also laughs hysterically for 48 hours. I was only out for 12 of them. And like, he's really, really fun. He's really, really funny. He's really, really sweet. And he's just a good person to be around.
We love
outside of work, in the club, as well as everyone. But Telfar is one of my favorites because
we got to get him on the pod for sure.
He watches TV. He just knows what's up. It's really a sisterhood.
Do you watch TV?
I watch a lot of TV.
Oh, yeah? What are you watching right now?
I am, well, it depends because I have a savior's complex. So I watch all medical scripted series. I'm not going to say which one. No, Pitt's not the new stuff. The new stuff's cheap. Let's just say it.
Grey's Anatomy. ER?
Oh, yeah. Grey's Anatomy, ER.
Sure.
Any Ryan Murphy, anything, which I also think is a savior complex situation.
Yeah.
But then I also watch my near and dear shows like Living Single, Jamie Foxx, anything from UPN 9.
Classics.
That's who I think I am when I'm not doing music and I'm not concerned about a fashion project. I also think I'm a part of In Living Color somehow. In my head, I always wanted to be a Wayne, like the gay, one of the gay Wayne,
Ian Wayne's
family member.
Yeah, one of them.
Pops.
One of the gay.
One of many.
Wayne's
Pops
family members. I always wanted to be one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have a favorite Wayne?
I remember being so ignorant where I used to just call certain brothers gay because of the sweater they wore in the Wayne's Brothers show. Like, that's how ignorant I was, but that's how much I love.
Right. You felt like you were like, I know.
I'm like,
that's in the closet.
You know
Look at
what?
that sweater.
Like, that Mecca sweater
Mecca.
in that Gardanian sky blue that I saw on the Pantone app.
You're the Pantone app as a kid?
Are you shitting me? No, I'm talking about now. Like what shows I watch now. I reference everything to my Pantone app. Everything.
Do you think Telfar is fairly recognized by the fashion industry, or do you think it's like overlooked by the powers that be?
Bags aside, probably.
I love repeating our mission statement. That's not really the mission statement, so don't quote me on this, but this is our idea. Fuck that. We stopped that a long time ago.
Really?
Everything is owned by us. We make everything.
Was there like a collaboration with a mall brand that fell through or something that affected that? Or
we collab when the collab is right. We don't ask for anything from anybody.
No handouts.
You don't see us where you think we should be at because how dare you? There's no such thing as that anymore. We are for the community. The community pours into us. We pour into them. Stay your ass over there, Anna. We good. And any other platforms
any
that
other
want
fuck ass
to
bobs,
we don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
We've created what we need for our people, and we're continuing to create what we need for our people. And our people doesn't just look like me; it's just POV in general, and just actual human beings in general.
Are you guys setting up
people there?
Are you guys setting a blueprint for the next generation of how to do it your own way and to retain ownership and not have to fucking beg for handouts and cosigns and bullshit?
I don't want to say I think everyone's trying to set this blueprint in general. We're just trying to do it.
But you're succeeding. That's the key word.
We are succeeding, and what I think is succeeding and saying fuck you. We can do it without you,
without repercussions.
Well, actually, honestly, I'm more proud to be a part of it, but I'm also more proud to watch it happen because this is the first time I've seen it. Even at Hood by Air, we weren't able to obtain this sort of compound community of anything can happen here. You know, everything that we thought can happen happened, and we knew it from our ideas and our from just talking and creating these ideas at work. But expanding this at Telfar and being able to do it in its entirety has been a huge eye opener for me, and it has shown me that fashion should be treated, well, at least for me, fashion should be treated like a university. And it should be treated not so much like a Kanye university, which I love. Kanye school is really fire, but more in a university where it's like you're curating these people who already are looking for these jobs, and it's so difficult to find them because they're not just looking for these jobs, they're looking for a community to be a part of these jobs. This is still fashion. Everyone's an artist in the building,
Right.
down to the pattern maker. These people have feelings. This is an emotional hub.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's really cool to, and not in a narcissistic way either, but more in like a fucking commune way, to be able to create a place for this to happen. Trials and error to happen.
A
within the
rising tide is
commune.
lifting all ships in
A
this
fucking
case.
TV network. You know what I'm saying? And
Did-
also a store now.
Yeah. Did a lot of these lessons come from people's experiences at Hood by Air, where it, was kind of like on that trajectory, and then who's to say what happened? But I don't know if like Hood by Air maybe like tried to play the game or tried to enter the pre-existing system a little bit, and then that was maybe contributed to the downfall, versus Telfar's like, you know what, we're good, we're staying over here.
No, I just think the white man is always looking for a downfall so they can write a story on it. We played out, we did what we had to do.
Mhm.
And what people don't understand, it was a collective of geniuses. If make a list of everybody that worked on Hood by Air and see what they're doing now, they're doing amazing things.
Yeah.
And they're continuing to lead the system, break the system, and change the game. So everything has its time. It's obviously not over. Apparently,
Right.
one of my kids, I call them like kids, but not really my
Grandchildren.
kids, but my homies, the little homies, the YNs,
Yeah.
that keep me up to date, because I only troll online. That's as far as I'm gonna go.
Right.
So the YNs that keep me up to date, you know what I'm saying? They tell me everything in my closet is on Grail. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go on Grail and people still buying Hood by Air. And I think
Yeah.
that's really cool. People are referencing Hood by Air. I think that's really cool. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You should be glad to reference. I'm glad that you're referencing people that look like you. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Okay, so with kind of to close the loop on this, how do you think the Met Gala and the invitees
Shit.
did this year
Oh,
with the
fuck.
Black Dandyism theme?
Fuck.
Speak on it, Granny.
I am not allowed to talk about the Met Gala.
You got the one gag order you have.
I am
pun intended.
so proud of the money that was raised for the gala.
A record, right? Wasn't it?
31 mil.
It was
Everything
next
there
level
was a record that night. But I am really proud of the money that was made for the Costume Institute, and I hope that money that was made for that Costume Institute also goes to the Black and POV
I don't think it will.
portion of the
Unfortunately,
Costume Institute. And that's all I can say about the Met, because you know what I'm saying.
yeah, we're picking up what
was
you're
there-
putting down.
I'm actually, it was really cool.
Was Telfar is Telfar, I haven't been yet. Is Telfar in the exhibition? I know Raul.
Oh,
is.
yeah. We're in the exhibition
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. You know what's crazy? I've never been to the Met.
You need a guest of
That's
honor
real, that's real,
invitee.
that's real New York
I've
shit.
never
Wait, to
been
the
to the
gala or
Met.
to the Met?
Well, to the gala.
I think the Hood by Air, the double-sided boot, that iconic. That's,
No, we've been in the Met. We've
that's
been
in there
the,
for sure.
the exhibition
Yeah.
during the Met,
Yeah.
but we've also always kind of declined. Shane went once.
Mm,
Telfar went once, but like,
I've heard it's kind of boring.
yeah,
yeah, it's not really my thing.
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Granny's in bed
I'm
watching her
you would go
shows.
if you were invited, though. Explicitly,
maybe I'm into glitz and glamour. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like stubborn or a rock or anything.
Yeah, but
I'm
Granny's
just
got to
like-
watch her stories.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just like, it's not. I don't think
Can we? Sorry, go ahead.
No, just real quick, because talking about the Met, and you mentioned her earlier. You mentioned Doechii. What celebs right now do you actually think are like
Doechii.
carrying that torch of like what you and a lot of your friends like started? Like
Doechii.
who else? Anyone?
Outside, I'm saying Doechii because I don't know Doechii. And the people, you don't want to hear me keep saying the people that I'm inspired by, because I'm like inspired by my surroundings.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'll keep mentioning the same people because these people create universes that we all live in. And I'm blessed to be like in the realm of these people and them in my realm as well. But outside of my realm and people that I want to meet and hang out with,
Yeah,
Doechii.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shitting me? Her phrase is, we need more gay artists.
Yeah.
What else do you fucking want? And she's just fab. She's beautiful. She's iconic. Like, I want to do music with her. She's right. She's just it.
Okay.
She's fab. But also there's a whole list of more people. But immediately I just want to scream Doechii
Okay.
anytime I can.
She's having a moment, and it's good, and she's shouting out the right
she's
shit.
having, it's not a moment.
No?
I think she's it. And she's going to
Hmm.
continue to be it because she's in charge of this vibe that you got, that we all are controlled under. There's no puzzle. I believe in that girl. She's it. But yeah, there's so many more.
Okay.
There's so many more.
Yeah. We do want to ask just to like, I don't know if, you're involved at Telfar as you're the music director. What does that mean? What do you do?
Isn't that like a weird title? But so is anything anyone is. But this is why I'm a music director at Telfar and also a host at Telfar, meaning like also like everything you see online and you see me hosting there. I'm a music director there because Telfar, Babak and Avina TBA, which is the goats of Telfar, gave me an opportunity to start a music program there, which is more of a extended platform for anyone that comes in contact with us to work with us. Just because you're a model, you happen to know how to sing. Come with me in the other room. There's a studio and let's make music.
Sick.
So like I said before, the compound is more of a university. We don't just need a photo. We don't just need to laugh and make content. We don't give a fuck. It's
and
not about
everything is a major.
Everything is or a minor, but everything is everything.
Right.
And there I'm able to set up a fucking music studio and have a music department and possibly a Telfar music label in the future, but not necessary. The narcissism could stay somewhere else. You don't need to create a label to make good music.
But that could be cool.
But
Where dreams come true.
But yeah, it's just I run the music department at the fashion label.
Professor
I don't know if
We
Isaiah.
do
this is,
jingles and fun stuff.
Dr. Isaiah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dr.
Professor of music.
Damn, Dr. Sugar.
MD. Catch him in the pit.
MD.
Is that your straight guy impression? What is that?
I don't know. What is that? No.
It's
That's how
not
they're going to
hard.
introduce you on the hospital show.
Please, I am not straight. I am not fucking straight. Fuck that shit.
Do you listen to your own music when you
Am I
fuck?
the first gay person to come on the show?
Hell no, dude.
We mentioned like three
yeah,
others.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
This is such an inclusive universe that we built here on Throwing
yeah.
Fits.
You know what we wouldn't know?
I gotta get
We don't-
pressed to get me to only be the first gay person to go on any hetero show
Incredible.
from now on. This is fucked up.
The Rosa Parks of gay podcast
Shit.
guests.
You're the first
Careful.
gay. You're the first gay Throwing Fits guest this week.
Wow. Thank
Congrats.
you very much.
that we know
Appreciate
of.
that.
You're welcome.
Do you listen to your own music when you fuck?
Do I listen to what music?
Your own music
Um,
when you are fucking.
if it comes on a playlist, maybe, but
Yeah.
not. I didn't put it on a playlist. Yeah.
That must be tough though when you're bouncing around genres. You're like, damn, I wish the R&B stuff had come up, not the
Switch the rhythm
not
up,
the
dude.
oons oons.
No. I'm not really good at creating sex playlists because I'm also a musician. So like, we could be fucking, but I might like that chord.
Oh, you get distracted.
Then you get pulled
I
out
get
of it.
distracted quick off a chord. You know what I'm saying? And certain organs that are,
No pun intended.
everything works on a chord
right.
for me. So
Well, God gave.
I try to let the other person curate the music for me
Okay.
and share
They're
the,
music.
playlist.
They're the music director. of-
Definitely.
of
I'm
the
only
fuck
the music
sesh.
director at work.
Yeah.
But then
God gave man a brain and a penis and only enough blood to operate one at a time.
that's
you know?
science. And you're a doctor.
God gave some men,
Mm,
you know.
some men.
Do you feel like as a public figure, how does that like affect your dating life?
Well, I'm a public figure.
That's why you're on the
I
show,
do
dog.
not go outside. I am a myth at this point. I
Smoke.
barely go
That's
outside.
even sicker, dude. Okay, as a myth, does your reputation
I
affect your
am-
dating life?
Does my reputation affect my dating life? Maybe, but maybe not because I'm not on Raya or anything like that. But I think my sobriety affects my dating life because after like 30 minutes of talking, you might think I'm over you because I'm just exhausted because you don't make any sense. But I'm trying not to judge you because, damn, this is a really good connection right now. Maybe when you calm down, we could fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Or do you want me to go with the flow?
Right.
Is
Which-
it tough to date sober in New York?
No, not at all. You just don't date in New York. Or you also just date to marry if you're grown like me.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's like,
Long-term shit is what we're looking for.
yeah.
You looking for?
definitely.
Is Ian Isiah looking for love?
Long-term shit is what
Long-term
we're always looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Everything long.
And we love connections.
Mm-hmm.
We love love over here.
We do.
But
Yeah.
we also don't do, I'm not really a big hookup culture person.
No, you're not.
I don't
sniffing
judge. Listen, if you're in the moment, have your moment.
Yeah.
I will be having mine.
You never did the apps?
At least. 12 years ago.
when peso was coming
Yeah,
out.
right.
Yeah, like at least, during those days.
It's a
Definitely.
different time.
Of course.
Ian, you've said that beauty is your medium. We're fans of love.
Beauty,
We're fans of
wow.
beauty.
I love the research.
What's the most beautiful internal thing about you? Because obviously the external is everything.
I am
Besides physical features.
Wow, thank you. You calling me cute?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm in a hat and sunglasses.
Yeah. We've seen your abs on Instagram, dog.
Wow.
By the way, what is the ab workout? Just real quick. How do you
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah?
It's just a bunch of saved videos from all the heavy niggas I follow on Instagram that I be trolling. So I hate when people ask me what's my regimen. Like, you just need to look at the folders, and apparently I can't share folders from
Who was the really
Instagram, but-
jacked guy at Hood by Air?
Oh my God, James Garland. James is iconic.
He's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
massive.
he's huge.
He's
He's
still
also
fucking
a great
yoked?
accessories designer and apparel designer. Yeah, of course, he still does fashion. Everyone still does.
But is he still fucking massive?
Is he still a
I
beast?
think so. I haven't seen him in so long.
It's hard to
I
not
haven't
see
seen him
he's
in so
fucking
long. This
massive.
is my like era of like getting buff.
I was
Getting
gonna say
brolic?
the chest
Yeah,
workout.
I'm
the
in my
chest-
brolic era. Like, I'm tired of the skirts. I want to look really bad.
You know what that
in,
is?
Like a dress.
You know what that is?
It's
Ian?
time.
You're turning into a big-breasted church lady. You got
Wow.
big fucking pecs.
Pecs, dude.
I love the way you bring it back to the one. I think you
Callback.
really are a musician, honestly.
I think so. Yeah,
This is good. Maybe jazz at that.
maybe it's about the notes that you don't play in jazz.
Shit.
Wait, so what's the most beautiful thing about you besides physical features? And then we'll ask you about your physical features.
Well, who says it has to be beautiful? I think, well, you mean like what people don't know that I think is beautiful? Why does it have to be beautiful?
because
Okay, another-
you've
pick
said
another
beauty's,
adjective.
beauty's your medium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, I'm really shy.
Really,
In a
always been shy?
enticing, beautiful way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm really, really shy.
Is that like
I'm just a shy.
is that like you're
guy.
protecting yourself?
Kind of. And I think it's new. It's
Oh,
only
You're
been like
newly shy.
That's
I'm-
crazy.
newly shy.
You're-
It's very weird.
You're going back into your shell. You're not coming out of it.
It's very weird. I don't know what this is, but I am
Is it
new-
being more guarded?
Maybe. I'm also, again, 5 years sober. I am definitely a new person in so many different aspects. It's like everyone else reminds me of everything. And I'm like, okay, I agree with it all, but I'm
Yeah.
also a brand new person who's a little bit shy as this new person.
That is
So
beautiful.
that could be beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What else is beautiful? I love lifting people up.
Mm.
That's my thing. I love.
How do you do that with just like gas them up like verbally? Just like you look great
Opportunities.
today.
How
You're
do I
the
do
best.
that? No, I just push them forward for real. Like my talent, like Hood by Air Tough. These are not my brands. These are my close friends' brands that I also have investment and I love with my dear heart and want to make sure these things are on top because I believe in the identity of these things. Like I have one of my gifts is lifting people up, literally. Like if I wasn't a singer or if I wasn't an artist, I would be a massive PR person.
Mm. You can also lift them
Will
literally
tear
by
the scene.
benching them because you got fucking
Yeah. You're in your brolic era, so you can.
I'm in the
hoist.
brolic era, so I can
Jacked.
literally push you up, push
Yeah.
day all week.
What about your most beautiful? What's your favorite physical feature about yourself? Most beautiful.
I'm not as vain as you guys think I am. Like
no, but
We're not saying that. We're giving you an opportunity to.
I
big
do
up
love
yourself.
hair.
hair.
Yeah.
Hair is my thing.
I mean that's
I
'cause
grew
you
up in a salon.
Yeah,
But yeah, hair is my thing. I live through hair. I talk through hair. One of my best friends, Jawara, is the hair god,
hair
the
god.
black gay hair god. But I live through hair. Hair is beautiful to me. Yeah,
What's like spending?
expression is more beautiful to me than like an actual physical feature.
Right.
I
That's why we
think.
started with the
Yeah.
internal,
Wow.
the shyness, the new shyness.
All right, we'll cancel the external. Damn, the external's not hitting.
You spent
That's not what we were saying. We're just saying
That's
that you're
what I'm
not
saying.
sharing the folders. So where are we supposed to go?
Wow. And that's the problem, is what I'm saying. Is that you stop looking for where to go. Stop.
Right.
Stop looking for where to go. Be where you are.
I'll just talk to
Ooh.
James, the accessories designer, and ask what his bicep workout is.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I want to ask about not where you are, but where you were when you're spending a lot of time at your parents' hair salon. What's like a memory or thing from your time in there? Maybe you like heard some women talking, whatever, that stuck with you all these years.
It was nonstop rumors, gel, and quartet gospel music.
The three major food
and
groups.
rumors again.
Yeah, a lot of
So it was just a lot of language that was insane to me that just clicked. It was like watching TV without an actual TV.
Ooh.
Emotional outrage, honestly. And also art at the same time. It's insane to me the amount of like emotional outrage and art that can happen in 90 minutes within one client and one customer. It's like, it's not just a scene. It's a full on makeovers are real.
Well, they're like a therapist, right? Like
It's definitely, I've experienced that hands-on, that like, you know, a black hair salon is also a therapy place in which I've seen. So that was my entertainment, being under big-breasted women coming to get their hair done and talk about shit
where art
before
meets
they all
emotional
see
outrage.
each other
That's crazy.
again on Sunday at church, including me.
Yeah. Do you have a style phase that you look back on?
I
that
go
makes
back.
you- that makes you cringe?
I go back to everything.
Do you-
That what?
That makes you cringe? Where you're like, oh shit, what was I doing?
No. Cringing is not fun. It's like I like to have fun. I clown everything. I'm a clown, you know, and I pull my like energy from humor a lot.
So is there a period of your
So-
life that you can look back and make fun of as this clown?
And wear it that day because I'm more comfortable in the cringe
Oh, wow.
than I am in trying to not be the cringe, because that was a fab look. Let's do it again.
Will you judge like this fit even tomorrow? Like look back and be like, that hat was maybe too much or anything like that? Like,
No. I don't give a fuck. If anything, I'll be trying to put this in a dry cleaner so I can wear it again. Shitting me? This is exactly what I wanted to wear.
What's your dry cleaning bill every month?
Oh my God. I've been dry cleaning lately. I think it's fab. It's either fab or really cheap and they like me. And I just like the price that I'm paying for everything that I do. But I love the dry cleaners. I am like that's again, very mom and pop when it comes to dry cleaners. Like a lot of clothes that I get, I take it to the dry cleaners and like re-alter the clothes so it really fits cute. But like I do a lot of alterations in the dry cleaners. Like how much do I spend? I don't know, but we love the dry cleaners.
a hem here or there.
Yeah, Rodriguez Cleaners on Urban Ave. You know what's up.
Give him a 5-star review.
MD.
10-star review.
Give it 10 stars.
You know what I'm saying? Same day,
Same day.
anything.
Same day
Shitting me?
for you,
Same
maybe.
fucking day for anybody. Todo gente.
Ian, what do you see the straight boys wearing this spring and
Damn.
summers that you like?
What do I see in straight boys' future? Is that what you really want?
Just yeah.
Okay.
Or what was your question?
No, do the crystal ball.
I was thinking like fashion advice or like thoughts on what they're doing right, but maybe we go bigger than just like clothes.
What some of them are doing right is some of them are actually being themselves. And sometimes being yourselves means I'm showing my emotional intelligence out loud and I am in love and my girlfriend is curating my looks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I look really good because I'm in love and my girlfriend got me.
because she loves me back.
She loves me back and this
And
is
she's
what
dressing
she
me.
want me to look like. And so this is what I look like.
So
and
here I
guess
am.
what? I actually look really good in it. So this is my look. As opposed to someone who is a grown ass man trying to figure themselves out through cross dressing. Because that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
In what sense?
Speak on it.
Be your fucking self. It shouldn't be that difficult to choose what you want to look like, or be honest and say you can't choose what you want to look like because of the price, not so much the look. That's the fork in the road. Am I going to buy this $500 t-shirt because everyone has it or I really like it? Or am I going to buy this $500 t-shirt because I need this crop look? It's really going to do wonders for my alternate side when I have conversations at night at Two Bros or at anywhere I am where I have to talk about anything that makes me feel like I'm not homophobic, but trying to get pussy.
Are we talking about guys that dress straight guys that dress a little zesty?
Queer baiting.
Queer baiting?
I'm talking about straight guys who just are not sure of their look.
Okay.
Because dressing sexy and queer baiting is not queer baiting or dressing sexy. It's dressing sexy. Damn.
Yeah.
If you look good, look good.
Okay.
You know, don't embarrass yourself by not looking good, by wearing things that you don't feel comfortable in. You know, the hottest straight thing you can do is be comfortable and be honest and not be ignorant. And the easiest way for you to be ignorant is to buy something that everyone knows you would not buy because you exuberate not being comfortable in this. And it doesn't mean you can't expand yourself. Confidence is not the t-shirt, it's the mind.
Ooh.
So it's just
The person
I gotta
in the
wait for you
t-shirt.
to wear this out for me to be like, oh, maybe you are a good person if I talk to you. Damn.
Right.
I gotta go by what you got on. Bad enough we all know it's on sale and the private sale. You shitting me? But I'm all about elevating your style, you know.
With all that said.
With all that said, I mean, elevate your style. You know, heteros, it's not too late. You can elevate your style,
never too
whatever that means.
Heteros,
you know?
it gets better.
It gets better. And all that means is buy clothes that fit you. It's really my
Like fit
thing.
your personality or fit your body.
Both. This is the problem. It's like you have to buy things that fit your personality, and then you have to buy things that actually fit you.
Or go to
And
the
if
dry
you
cleaners and get that shit altered.
And it's not mutually exclusive. Like you can find things that do both that accomplish this. It's not impossible.
Sounds easy, but why are you asking me this question? This is what I'm saying. It sounds
easy.
very easy, but they don't do it.
Yeah,
Right.
we're enlightened straights.
Wow. We love Enlightened Straights. Another good Gmail and possibly good merch for someone who wants to start Enlightened Straights.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because there's nothing more hetero than talk about how enlightened of a straight person you
I'm
are.
with the
That's
enlightened straight, and then a hand pointing to the person next to you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ian, how much
For
money?
comfort levels,
Yeah.
you're not that enlightened.
No.
The straights are not that enlightened for
absolutely
comfort levels, but we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're gonna lead them.
Yeah.
Do you
Thank you.
think? Do you think the heteros are doing
You're
better?
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with straight people. I don't have that many gay friends.
Really?
I support gays. Number one, my people, I will fight for gays. I will destroy people for gays, you know. But most of my friends are
Hetero YNs.
yeah.
I don't know.
They're
If I can say
heteros,
that.
but they're
You can say that.
but they're enlightened heteros because I've spent so much time with them and vice versa. And
like
my gays, like we're all, it's not that
Osmosis.
world. I don't live in that world. Yeah, it's full osmosis.
Do you
vibes.
feel a responsibility to enlighten your grandchildren?
Yeah, my seeds, yes, but
It's
not
a
in
university.
Yeah,
You're a doctor,
it is,
you're a
but
professor.
I'm a professor, but I'm also just a driver who's going to take you to the water, but I'm not going to make you drink it.
Right.
You know, the example is not just me. I'm a product of, and everything that I've ever done for the past 20 years has been a collective idea with genius people.
Right.
And getting white people to pay for that until we can pay for it ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I think a system is. I don't follow whatever, you know, fucking, I don't want to lose any deals that I don't even have yet, but I don't follow like whatever the new school is telling these people to be, or I don't follow what FIT is telling you to be just for you to wait till the end of the year to go talk to me, who never went to FIT.
Right.
Shane, Telfar, these are designers. They went to FIT. I went to LaGuardia Community College, and then I walked
For
the
singing?
fuck out.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
that's
what the
School
fuck
Party
I
High
went in
School,
there for.
sorry.
I went because that's just what you do after high school. You go to college. But then I left when I realized I was wasting my time. And I was already in what I needed to do.
What was your first like job? Where'd your first paycheck come from?
Urban fucking Outfitters.
No.
Oh, wow.
Which
That was the
location?
real paycheck.
Yeah.
Before that, I worked at a record shop, but he was just paying me on the side. Love you, Bordeaux.
Oh, shut up, Bruno. What Urban Outfitters were you at?
I started in Soho, actually,
Okay.
at the Broadway location. And then I moved to 14th Street.
Wait, that was on like 2nd Avenue, like 12th Street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I moved to 14th Street. Then I moved to Brooklyn, and by then they weirded me out a little bit. By then I was drinking PBRs and listening to Matt and Kim for a little bit. They fucked me.
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters fucked me up for a good
Yeah.
2
You
years.
became a
Y'all
hipster?
appropriated the shit out of me. I didn't mind because I wanted to expand
PBRs.
myself. Never had white friends before Urban Outfitters. I'll tell you that. But when I got to Urban Outfitters, honestly, that was when I learned to actually accept white people for who they are.
Beautiful.
And know that there are a few that are the bomb, and we're still friends to this day because
Just a few.
they opened my eyes to so many things. It's crazy. Now I could build a wall if I wanted to. Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
I fucking love Urban Outfitters. And then that was my first job.
Was partying with white people like a more intense experience than you might have assumed in your party days?
It could have been, but I started doing cocaine in Atlanta 6 years. What were we talking about? See, this is what
Cocaine,
happens.
Atlanta.
Cocaine, Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
No,
white people never freaked me out at parties because I started doing cocaine with hood niggas in Atlanta way before when I was on drugs.
Okay.
Back in the day, white people, they just were more energetic in the wrong direction, which made it really fun, which
Aggro.
made it very entertaining for me, which made it more of like, no, let's hang out because you're about to tear up this Taco Tuesday.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know you about to tear up this Taco Tuesday, so let's just tear it.
Let's treat
what
every
band is playing? I'll come. Let's do it. You know.
The moldy peaches again?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, then the transplant started coming, so I had no choice
true,
but to go to Williamsburg and eat pulled pork and jam. So
Throw in House of Jealous Lovers and get down.
careful,
Boogie.
because that song will send me somewhere. The Rapture.
Yeah.
That's the era that I actually came up in like Urban Outfitters. Like
DFA.
the Rapture. Are you shitting me?
I hit a nerve there. That's one of your all-time jams.
Honestly, I'm playing that today on the way home.
You're welcome.
What's the worst job you ever had? If you loved Urban Outfitters, like, you know, it sounds like you've had quite a few jobs in your time.
Wow, the worst job. You know, I don't do worse jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, after Urban Outfitters, I've worked for my friends and myself since then, and it's been 20 years so far.
Self-employed.
Lucky. Well, then let me ask
With
you
a
this.
vengeance.
But we've worked with people that we didn't want to work with, but that's the education of the job also.
Is there anyone you want to put on blast that you don't give a fuck about that you want to torch right now?
Anyone. But I think I'm trying to express love since, you know, we fell for somebody else trying to spread love for too long. So,
Did he?
Hello?
Spread that baby oil.
But I just try to just expand love and show love.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater, but if you ask me my opinion, please ask me on the side
We will.
in a public space, because
You
if I
never know
can't
who's
be
listening.
honest, it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be weird.
Well, Ian, how much money do you make?
That's none of your business. Not enough.
Speaking of being honest.
Not enough.
What do
Not
you like to
enough.
spend your money on?
I spend my money on beauty products.
Yeah.
And all-inclusive trips to Cancun.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What's
Uh,
your yeah?
Yeah. That's
How many steps are in the skincare routine?
It's not too many steps.
Okay.
You know, I am a black man. You know, it's
Black
not
don't
too
crack.
many steps.
Good genes.
But there's a lot of water.
Hydration is
And,
key.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol,
That's
Right.
huge.
and I go to sleep.
That's huge.
And I love hydrocortisone.
That's huge.
And baby Vaseline is my thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But, you know,
No, did he?
well. But
Some diddy.
I. No, my regimen is really simple. You can get
Yeah.
all of what I put on my face at the beauty supply store, but I support all of the brands that make cool things that may work for other skins, like Topicals, which is a really good brand by a beautiful African woman who is tearing it over at Topicals that works. Anything black, trust any black skin product because they know how to get through anything that you're trying to get through.
Have you made a big dumb purchase recently?
That bag over there costs $2,500.
God damn.
My rent in Brooklyn is not $2,500. I hope my accountant does not see.
You put an apartment on your shoulder?
this.
Yeah.
I hope my accountant does not see this.
What's up with how many charms you got on this
I'm
leather
not
bad
sure,
boy?
but I'm into the whole like charm era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you want me? You're giving me another realm to express myself.
Yeah.
Gays love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Give
So-
a little boo boo.
The novelty moment is so genius, and it's such a good market. It's such another brand new great market for fashion brands who are just not excelling in what they thought was going to excel. They can now personalize even more, make it even more compact, and go talk to a smaller production place to just
Yeah.
make it even cool. It's just a cool, I love this.
Are you a big bad guy? Like, do you have a big collection?
Yeah, but I'm also just a huge functional, like a functional art person. So
Okay.
anything cool that is not norm is so bomb to me. Like if someone told me I wanted to be a designer, but I only want to design insane flash drives for DJs, to me, that person is the most genius person in the world. Fuck whatever you hear online,
Pick your
on
lane.
Vogue or anything. That person is a fucking genius and that person gets it. And that person's going to be a billionaire. Why? Because it's only going to cost 30 cents to make what he wants. And that idea can run you whatever Klarna or whatever y'all use online to pay for it.
Please don't afterpay for
You know
your
what I'm
fucking
saying?
thumb drives.
Please don't afterpay for any of your friends' brands.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I put my brand on Klarna.
Support your friends.
Support the homies.
And if they're not your friends and you were in the same party and you said, yo, I'll fuck with you, that means you also fuck with them. So support them.
And that's
You know
why
what
they
I'm saying?
sometimes have to use Afterpay.
That
'cause they said
seating
what's up to too
list
many people.
is really rough.
Yeah.
The other side of that seating list is, damn, I'm trying to get my brand out there, but I'm losing all this money trying to get niggas that don't even fuck with me to wear my shit.
Yeah.
It costs a lot for seating. Buy your look. Invest in your look. Like investing in your look does not mean I went to the thrift store and I bought this fab jacket and it's only mine. Investing in your look means, oh, I saw this brand eat this jacket up. I couldn't afford it then right after the runway, but it finally made it to all these third parties like Essence again, private sale. I don't know why I keep mentioning Essence, man. I love you, Canada. But, you know, like any of third party things, if it gets there and you too late, you're not really investing in your friend. If the opportunity shows up and it's at your price point, invest in that piece, you know? Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to impress whoever you're trying to impress, maybe you're trying to impress the designer. You don't think the designer know the history and the tracking of that exact piece? You don't think the designer know that they haven't seen that piece in 6 years because they've been trying to sell it? Like, it means stuff to them. It means some things.
Sure.
And some things that you see on these websites, only 1 or 3 were made.
Right.
So it's it really means something to like these all designers, Rick, all the old motherfuckers and the new motherfuckers, especially the new.
Yeah.
To see that, oh shit, somebody finally bought my fucking jacket.
Put up or shut up, guys.
Wow.
but not for me. From the
Whoever
third
they
party.
bought it from, I already got the money for it.
Yeah.
But it's just saying someone's actually wearing my look again. I'm inspired. You know, I think that's really cool.
This is good advice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ian, what's the last money question? What's the brokest you've ever been as an adult? Like, what was the situation looking like?
Ooh, well,
Cocaine in Atlanta.
my drug days were definitely my brokest days.
Yeah, they tend to be
because I
that,
was
yeah.
very vulnerable and really gullible also. You know, I treated drugs and I treated partying like I have a Costco mentality. But it's also because, well, again, I'm raised by big-breasted Black women. You know, outside of the salon, the reason they're superheroes is because they do everything, including go to Costco's and tear it. You know, they're also moms, normal moms outside of their race. So like that mentality of like buying things in wholesome and buying things in like abundance was very difficult.
I'm going to party in bulk.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. Cocaine is terrible. Oh my God. Those days, damn.
Glad they're behind you.
Yeah.
I am so glad they're
Onwards
behind
and
me.
upwards,
I've
my
learned
friends.
nothing from that.
Wait, what?
All right.
I've learned
Ian,
nothing from those days.
Before we get you out of here and back into your whip, which is precariously close to running out of meter time, we just want to ask you one final question.
Well,
and
fuck the mayor. It's the mayor's fault, to be honest with you, because 2 hours is not enough to hang out in the city that I already paid to come over the bridge for. Like, what
true.
the fuck? Who am I paying for? Transplants?
yeah,
Probably.
I'm now paying for
that's
transplants.
the transplant tax.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to ask you just real quick, Ian, do you have any constructive criticism you would like to give us?
I think you guys are amazing. I think you need to add more gay people to your repertoire at least once a week to make sure that you're keeping up with any sort of humor that's not gay.
Send Shane and Sebastian our way.
You're asking me. I'm telling you. This is the advice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
the advice is that
No,
I think
keep
bring
going.
more gay people here, more gay people with homophobic clients that come here just to stir the pot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
If you're not stirring the pot, you are pussy.
Yeah. Never let them know your next move.
Yeah, you're pussy. But I think you guys are also, you're doing it right.
Thanks,
you know,
man.
like also, it's not really so much about what I thought it was going to be about, like throwing fits. It's really just about life. Or maybe that's just me as a rambling motherfucker. But
No.
I had a great time and enjoyed
We
myself.
had a great time.
And I actually just piggyback off of you guys.
The pleasure was all ours, man.
No.
You know,
This was
I don't
the
do shit like this. So it's really cool
No, we're
to
honored,
hear,
honestly, truly. You're a myth.
Someone tell me what I do.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. I'm trying to do the next thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I just find it cool that you guys
Thank
hit
you.
me up.
That means a
Thank
lot.
you.
Yo,
Yeah.
stream big one right now.
Somebody
Run it. Run it up.
What else we want to plug right now? The floor is yours.
Where can they follow you on Instagram?
You can follow me on Ian Isiah on Instagram. I don't really have a TikTok presence yet because
You just watch.
Well, yeah. Well, honestly, if I start TikTok, it might end up looking like a whole Jamie Foxx show. I'm too animated, and I like to clown.
That's good.
And I don't really have any limits. So, meaning if somebody wants to sponsor TikTok for me, then we can tear it.
What does your TikTok For You page look like right now? Like, what's being served to you?
Oh my God, you don't want to know. It's like recipes from Trader Joe's and, and like
you are granny.
There's some workout stuff and
hospital shit.
No. I keep that straight on the TV, but TikTok, I keep TikTok real chill.
Curated.
I watch a lot of musicians like BTS of them on sets.
Oh, the
like
process.
I watch. That's what I listen to. It's rehearsals of everyone.
Oh, okay.
I'm old like that.
All right, Ian. Thank you for coming on to the only podcast that matters. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you for inviting me to the only podcast that matters.
Ooh.
If I get invited to any other podcast, fight them.
Yeah, you don't matter, but
all right,
you know
Chef,
where to find us.
take us out.